Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the first official weekly spark for 2026. Dog's over there chewing on a dog bone, so she should be quiet. I know it's already well into the first week in January, but I wanted to come on and give you a little information about the thing that I teased in my shorts just a day or two ago about the theme that I'm going to be working with for my weekly videos. I find having a theme helps me focus. It helps me have a specific goal, but it also gives me pretty wide parameters that I can do different things that I might want to do. So this year, I have a stack of 5 different books here. I'll flip the camera in a second, show them to you. But I'm specifically going to dive deep into color. I'm not really talking about color theory. I'm not really talking about how colors are mixed, how the color wheel works. I might go into a little bit about the psychology of color and how certain colors affect our moods. But the primary thing that I'm deep diving into is history. I love art history. My secondary degree is in art and art history, and I'm always fascinated about what has gone on before us. And so I have a few books that I found so completely juicy and inspirational that they're all about the history of pigments, where minerals were sourced from, what was used in ancient Egypt versus medieval manuscripts. And I had an idea to do kind of an illustrated journal while I was reading one of these books. It was in 2018, and then some family stuff went on, and my focus was split. I never got back to that project. It was really just something that I wanted to do for me because while I was reading the books, the things that were coming up were so visual. I had to research them and make a Pinterest page. And what does that look like? This strange makeup package that had, poisonous lead in the women's face makeup, like deep dives into history. So I'm going to let myself run with that this year. If I break the year up into the 12 months, then it's the colors of the rainbow plus, white, black, neutrals or earth tones. And then if there's any extra room left, I'll do metallics or things like that. But it's going to be different than my videos for the past 5 years because I'm going to be doing more drawing. I'm going to put in some references that I might print off the computer if I don't feel like drawing a thing. It's really going to be a visual diary and kind of a scrapbook as my response to these books. Will there be collage work? Yes. Will there be drawing and painting? Yes. Are there going to be kind of notes in the books as well? So I'm kind of creating this living document? Yes. I also think that for this year, I'm going to have a piece a month, so a piece for each color that I'm going to do a giveaway for. So stay tuned for more information on that. That'll be available here on YouTube. There'll be small, 5x8 collages that I can pop in the mail to random selection to viewers. So lots of things that I'm cooking up. Now, I want to give full credit to my friend Jen, who showed me she had a box of Pantone postcards. And so I'm definitely going to work with some of the Pantone postcards as well, pulling out colors for each month. Some of them have color names that might inspire me as to what I want to draw on them. Some of them might be really simple little mixed media collages. So I have 100 of them, way more than I'm going to need, but that's part of what I want to play with this year. So let me turn the camera around so I can show you the books a little easier. I'm not getting any kickback or any residuals from these. These are books that I purchased. These are books that I own. These are books that I would wholeheartedly recommend if you're into color. So yeah, don't go anywhere. Let me turn the camera. So forgive me for, the format. I'm trying something a little different today. I'm at a different table. And so my camera position is a little bit different. But I'll continue to work on that to make the best presentation that I can for you. This is the book that started the whole thing. And this book reads kind of like an autobiography and a travelogue at the same time. I read this years ago. I have got some tabs and things that I thought were especially good. And I am going to reread this. This came out in 2004, but the information is timeless and I highly recommend it. She's traveling to different places. She's sourcing out where different things were made, how different things were made, the natural history of the palette. absolutely love it. So I am going to reread this. So this book is actually going to be my kind of my primary resource, with the other books as secondary. Partially because the format of this book is a bit like an encyclopedia, and so it is a little bit easier for me to dive in looking at a certain color and looking at, you know, where it pops up in history or how it was made, or strange things about alchemy, or, you know, sourcing lapis from Afghanistan for medieval miniatures. And it's divided up into chapters for colors, so that also works really well with my plan for the year. Fascinating book, love it, can't recommend it enough. Really fun cover. Now, when I decided to go down this rabbit hole, I did pull out this one, which I already had, and it is very informative and heavily illustrated and just a joy to kind of experience. But you know, this is Abrams. They do series of books in this kind of small format with all these illustrations, and they're lovely to have in your library. The new books that I splurged on. So these are new to me, so I can't recommend them yet, but I think they're both going to be fascinating. This is by David Coles, Chromotopia, An Illustrated History of Color, and it's a beautiful book. Stunning photographic shots of different ingredients and then some of the history. So a lot of the information is going to overlap with The Secret Lives of Color, which I said would be my primary resource. But this book is lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's also interesting to me, just occurs to me, that as someone who has done so much jewelry in my life, both in metalsmithing and in bead embroidery, and I love gemstones so much, there's a nice kind of parallel with the minerals and gemstones that are often used to make pigments. So I'm a magpie. I mean, that's for sure. The final book is The Art of Color, and I haven't really explored this one much yet at all. So we can take a flip through, and I mean, I think I'm going to love all of them, right? I think they're all going to be inspiring, and I have a year to dive into them. So even though I'm going into kind of my primary source for each month and really doing the research and pulling up some of the visuals that I want to reference in my kind of color journal, as it were, I am going to refer back to all of these. And so for that reason, I have them set up on this extra desk in my studio so that I can kind of use that as my homework desk and come over here to take some notes and to research the colors. So no surprise, I mean, if we talk about Roy G. Biv, that I am starting the year with red. So I have some notes, and stay tuned. That's probably not going to be my first video of the month. I'm doing a little bit more research. So my first red video is probably going to be a nice mixed media collage like I always do. So stay tuned for that. That's going to come out later this week. I hope that this has intrigued you. If you're interested in color theory, you can always ask me questions, but I think that this, for me, is more of a passion project and diving into something that I love and I find inspirational and fascinating. So I really hope that you will follow along with me over the course of the year for these weekly sparks. There are going to be other videos as well. Please don't think that just because I'm focusing on color, whatever. You're still going to get the same mixed media content, collage, painting, all of the things. You're still going to get that here, but this is just going to be some of my inspiration that I draw on. So as always, thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you as the weeks progress, as we really get into this topic. I hope that some of this might inspire you to take it to the page in your art journal. And as always, click the subscription button or the notification bell and do all those YouTube things. I look forward to seeing you soon for more Weekly Spark. Thanks again. Bye for now.